There's something I want to talk about when it comes to XCN, and what is that? Not too long ago, Onyx, they made a post on X, and there's a new poll. And allegedly, this new poll is proposing adopting the Goliath white paper as Onyx blueprint to unlock scalability, and just basically other stuff like, for instance, long-term sustainability. But even besides that point, why do I find this kind of intriguing, and why do I want to talk about this? It's because if, let's say, this does get accepted or like it passes, right? What I find very interesting is that when it comes to Onyx, kind of having this sort of focus towards Goliath, I like what I'm seeing when it comes to that because, maybe unlocking scalability and long term sustainability, that's something that I'm a fan of. And if we take a look at Goliath, people may be thinking, okay, what is that? In case someone doesn't know what that is, let me explain it real quick. Goliath is intended to be this layer one blockchain for the world of finance. It's basically like Onyx's kind of focus, I would arguably say, as of right now, at least that I know of. And the mainnet is planned to launch in Q1 of next year. So in 2026, still a ways away, but even besides that, the testnet actually is planned to be launched in Q3 of this year. And now some people out there may be thinking, oh, why is Onyx so focused on this? Well, it's because what else would they be focused on, right? I mean, it's not like Onyx has too many things going on, at least from what I see. And even though some people view it as a watered down version of Ripple and Stellar, I just kind of feel like Onyx is beginning to kind of spread its wings a little bit because now there's more things to believe in when it comes to Onyx. In my opinion, there's more things to talk about, there's more things to focus on, as opposed to back then when it really didn't have anything. But then, of course, hypothetically, it had a good rally, even despite all that. So, in my perspective, if Onyx is continuing to build, it's continuing to update, it's continuing to showcase to their community that, hey, we're at least doing something, that is something that doesn't guarantee anything in my opinion, but I still like it when the projects that I do believe in update because, of course, if I believe in something and they don't update, it's kind of like, okay, it's a little bit boring, but then this one isn't. So I just find this very, again, intriguing. Now, people like to argue that Goliath really isn't going to be that massive or something like that, and in the next couple of years, is it overtaking Stellar? No. I mean, come on, the Stellar blockchain, the adoption is already too good. I mean, we take a look at kind of the attention, kind of the notoriety, I would say that it has, is already through the roof. I mean, it doesn't really need any more attention in the grand scheme of things, and Goliath, I think, is not going to be able to overtake that anytime soon, or if ever, right? But then it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things as well, because, like, for instance, does anyone ever think that Avalanche is overtaking Solana? I highly doubt that, right? But then at the same time, does it mean that Avalanche cannot survive? No, because Avalanche is still there, I mean, it's still thriving, has a very good community. I do like it as a layer one blockchain, so not every single thing has to be like number one, because there's only one place to be number one, right? Or in the case of something like, Stellar, of course, Ripple is still beyond that. But again, when I'm talking about the Stellar blockchain compared to something like, Goliath, the Stellar blockchain, I think, is still always going to have that number one spot over, Goliath. But even besides that point, I don't mind it nonetheless because I do like it. And again, when I take a look at XCN, was able to do that not too long ago without really much going on for it, with the altcoin space not really doing the best. If, let's say, Bitcoin did do a lot better, and let's say the altcoin season maybe starts, allegedly, hypothetically, would XCN going to the price of 25 cents surprise me? Well, it wouldn't, even though nothing I say is financial advice, because if it were to go to that price, considering current circulating supply, market cap at that point would be around $8.5 billion. And keep in mind, right, this market cap right here is like roughly 10% of what Dogecoin reached back in 2021. That's kind of crazy to think about, in my opinion. Like, okay, I get it, this is never overtaking that, but then achieving a small glimpse of it, especially now that we have way more crypto owners than back then. Now, allegedly, we have over 600 million. Back in the peak of the 2021 bull run, allegedly around 300 million. So, with a lot more attention when it comes to this space, hypothetically, arguably, I would say as of right now, is this too much to ask for? Wouldn't surprise me. And I think that if, let's say, the market started doing better and the altcoin space really starts recovering, and then we see the Goliath testnet, that could be a big catalyst in terms of kind of the reputation when it comes to Onyx, in my opinion. Only time will tell, but I'm still staying patient. I'm just holding, waiting, because just like in the beginning, when I was believing in XCN, I did not know the exact time it was going to go up. I do not know as well what's going to happen to XCN in the future. So I'm just going to be holding and waiting. That's pretty much it. But I still believe in Onyx because I like the updates, I like what it's doing, and I like how it's being taken seriously, at least to me, as a project because I like seeing the improvements and I'm looking forward to see what it does in the future. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I would greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch you all in the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.